Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, which is from Ideal Transformer, chapter 13, we'll be primarily solving practice problem 13.9, for which there have been several requests from students. Now, before we solve the problem, let's have or revise our concept of the voltage polarities. So if V1 and V2 are both positive or both negative at the dotted terminal, then we use plus N. What does that mean? That like here, you can see V positive at the dotted terminal, V1 and V2 is also positive at the dotted terminal. Then we'll write V2 over V1 is equal to N2 over N1 with a positive sign here. And similarly, if both are negative at the dotted terminal, still we'll write with a positive sign. But otherwise, we'll write with a negative sign. So what is otherwise? Let's see here now. V1 is positive at the dotted terminal, but V2 is negative at the dotted terminal. So the relation will have a negative sign here. And similarly in this case. So this is the voltage relation. The current relation is similar but with opposite sign. So if I1 and I2 both enter or both leave the dotted terminal, then in this case now we'll use negative sign. So as you can see here, both entering current here, both entering current at the dotted terminals, or both leaving at the dotted terminals. In all cases, the relation will be with a negative sign. I2, I1 is negative N1, N2. But if they are entering the opposite signs, then we'll have positive. So like here, entering the dot and leaving the dot, then we'll have a positive sign. So one entering the dot and the other actually entering the the negative side. Similarly, in this case, I1 is entering the non-dotted terminal, but I2 is entering the dotted terminal, then also we'll have positive sign. So this is opposite of this. Okay, now with this in mind, now we'll solve the practice problem 13.9, where we have to find V0, and V0 is the voltage across 8 ohm resistor. And for this, I have got guidance from this website, so thanks to them. Okay, now we'll solve this by the nodal analysis method. So I'll just redraw the circuit into a more familiar shape of a nodal analysis. So something like this, what I have done, I have brought it down a little bit, and this one also. So this is the redrawn circuit. Now you can see this is one of the node very clearly visible, and this is the second node. So we'll name them A and B, and now we'll write the voltages. V1, V2 could have written straight away V1 here and V2 here with a positive sign at the top and positive sign at the top. But we'll try to follow this convention so we don't have to enter or use the negative sign. And this says that if V1 and V2 are both positive at the dotted terminal, then you can use a positive sign. So let's see how we can write that. Now here V1 we have written, and this positive sign of V1 is with the dot. Here I have written V2, and the positive sign of V2 is with the dot. So the relation between the two will have a positive value instead of going into negative value. Okay, we'll try to simplify here so that to minimize the variables. And the one simplification that we can do is we replace V2 by V1. And how we can do, we know the relation. Okay, and now before this, let me just mark the voltages here. So at terminal A, generally we would have written VA, but since this voltage V1 is all the way up, therefore I'm naming it as V1, and this one we'll name VB. And now we replace this voltage here, V2, by V1, we know this relation that V1 divided by V2 is positive 1 by 2. You see the relation 1 into 2, and so that means V2 is 2 times V1. So V2 will be 2 times V1. So we'll replace V2 with 2V1. So our new circuit will look like this. V2 has been replaced with 2V1. Okay, so the voltage relation is done. Now we'll take care of the current relations. And for the current relation also, we'll keep this mind that if I1 and I2 both enter the dotted terminal, then we'll have negative. And if and one enters the dot and the other enters the non-dot, then we'll have positive terminal. So that is what we are going to do here. Now this current is entering the dot and the I2 current is entering the non-dot, so we can have a positive sign. Irrespective, if you follow whatever convention, whatever direction you want, until such time you follow the convention of the voltage, then there will be no problem. Anyway, so this is done. Now we'll also replace I2 with I1 as we had done here, and we know the relation between current will be, the relation between voltage was double, the relation between current will be half. That means I2 will be half of I1. So I2 will replace by I1 over 2. Now this is our circuit complete now in all respects, and now we are ready to write the equations, nodal equations. So at node A, now this is at node A, we can see this current entering. So we'll write it 120 minus V1, 120 minus V1 divided by 4. I1 leaving, so we're writing I1, and this current is leaving, so V1 minus VB divided by 8. V1 minus VB divided by 8. Now we'll try to simplify. The first simplification will be, we just replace V1 minus V2 by V0. Now we can see V1 minus VB is actually V0. So V1 minus VB is replaced with V0, and then we'll multiply with 8, the LCM. So this is the simplified form. We'll now arrange them. So this is the equation number 1. 3 variables, V0, V1 and I1. Now the second equation of node B. So at node B, we have this current coming, which is V0 over 8. So V0 over 8. Current leaving is I1 over 2. And the third current leaving is VB over 8. Now here also we'll eliminate VB to get in terms of V1, V0. Okay, and before that we're just multiplying it by 8. So this is the form. Now replace VB with V1 minus V0, arranging. So this is our second equation. Now this is also in terms of variable V0, V1 and I1. So there are 3 variables, but we have 2 equations, so we need another equation, and that we'll get from this current I2. So coil 2 line, we can write I1 over 2. This current is equal to this voltage and plus this voltage. Why we are writing plus and not minus? Because the current from this voltage is moving like this, and the current due to this voltage will also be moving in the same direction. It will go towards the positive or be out of the positive. So they'll be adding, and that is why we'll add 2V1 and divided by this resistance 2. Simplifying again, eliminating VB or replacing VB with V1 minus V0. So this is our third equation. And now we can solve. These are the 3 equations, and the best way or the easiest way to solve is to use the matrix. So we write them in terms of a matrix, all the coefficients, all the unknown variables, and the output. And we know that first one, V naught can be found from delta 1 over delta by the Cramer's rule. Okay, now what is delta and what is delta 1? This is the determinant, or delta. So delta is the determinant, and we're solving the matrix. I hope you know how to solve this. This one and this matrix, then -2 and this, and then +1 and this matrix. So solving, we get delta to be -65. And similarly for delta 1, we replace the first column with the output voltage. So replacing the first column with the output voltage and solving, we get -3120. And now we can easily calculate V naught by delta 1, putting the value and putting the value of delta. So the answer is 48 volt. So I hope you are able to follow this, and following the same technique, you will be able to solve all the problems. Thank you.